Oh! Oh, he mad. You best know he's mad. He just got crunched.
Excuse me. Do you know who my dad is? My dad is a freaking mayor. So give me a gaming PC for free right now, or I'm shutting your ass down. Cringy intro aside, welcome back to Concept Soup, where we like to indulge in lovely PC builds, and today is no exception. Today's build is very, very nice indeed. This is super luxury RTX 3080 PC. We've got RGB up the wazoo. We've got Corsair all over this baby. We've got the Strimer cables. It's about as RGB as you can get without blinding you and everyone in the area. But, of course, we've got great performance as well, as we'll be seeing in the video. So we're going to take you through the parts. We're going to whiz through a quick build. We're going to have a chat. We're going to have a bit of gaming. That's how we do it here. That's how we do it here, with a bit of dose of reality, right on Concept Soup. So we'll be getting into that in just a sec. But, of course, sponsor spot coming up first. And we are sponsored by, yet again, JCPC Customs, my company, where you can buy the gaming PCs that you see here on the very channel, delivered to you securely in the UK. Excellent prices, you know, not the cheapest, obviously. I mean, you know, I'm just an independent guy, but not overly expensive either. Really good build quality, and you can see how they're made on the channel. You can tell I do care about what I do, and of course, excellent performance, everything tied together really nicely. So jcpccustoms.com for your gaming PC should you want to buy one. But advert over, let's get into the parts that we're using for this PC today. And it is a very exciting build because we've got some very, very premium parts here. So let's start us off with the CPU. Ryzen 9 5900X Gaming King, 12 cores, 24 threads. This is going to be a banging CPU for 3, 4, 5, 6 years easily. 12 cores is going to be really nice for the longevity of this machine as well. But of course, that's just the headline. What else have we got to go in this machine? Let's go with the CPU cooler. CPU cooler today is the Corsair iQ H150i Elite Capellix, the white version, so 360mm rad. That's going to be nice for cooling these Ryzen 9 parts, because the 5000 series Ryzen 9s do run nice and toasty, so you've got to keep those nice and cool. So that will do us nicely. For the RAM today, 3600 MHz speed, Corsair Vengeance Pro. It's the new SL version. I guess that just means it's low profile, but it looks pretty nice, and it's going to integrate nicely with our RGB ecosystem. Lovely. Next on the list, we have the motherboard, B550 Steel Legend by ASRock. We like ASRock because they're great value, but also with this, you get the USB internal header. It's a decent price, and you get the polychrome RGB, which is a nice implementation that seems to work quite nicely, and it's a nice sort of silvery aesthetic that's going to work really nicely for us today. The SSD we're using today, we're splashing out on a Samsung. It's the SSD 980, so it's not the Pro. The Pro is about twice the price and not really worth the premium in my opinion, but the Samsung 980 was a decent deal at about 100 quid, so I thought let's go for that to mix it up on the SSD front, because this is a premium machine. Let's put a nice premium brand SSD in there. Graphics card, of course. This is what everyone's looking for at the moment. It's the RTX 3080 Gaming Z Trio, so not the Gaming X Trio. They've improved some of the power delivery on it for the Gaming Z, I believe. So you won't be seeing the Gaming X anymore on the market. At least that's my understanding from what I've talked to my supplier about. Really nice graphics card. Of course, 3080s are boss, but this is a heavy card. We're going to be using the GB001 Lian-Li anti-sag bracket, which we'll be using later on, just to keep that puppy nice and straight. Power supply. Fractal Ion Gold 850. Clean looking power supply, fully modular. 80 plus gold rated, 850 watts, so that's nice. And we've got a big old stack of Corsair QL fans. What does QL stand for? I don't know, maybe it's quad loop, or maybe it's, I don't know, it could be something else. But great lighting. You got the loop on both sides of this one, so even if you use your fans for intake or exhaust, wherever they are in the case, you're going to be getting great RGB implementation. And the reverse side of the fans actually still looks pretty nice, which is quite rare for this. And then completing the look, we of course have our Lian-Li Strimer cables, and they've just come out with this triple 8-pin design for the new graphics cards. So that's going to look really nice. Going to give us extra RGB illumination for both the video card cables and of course the motherboard ATX cable as well. So a really tasty proposition when we put in all this together in the Lian-Li 011 Dynamic, a classic case which people just really love because it's got that big sort of aquarium double glass look, hasn't it? So let's put the waffling to bed, get on with a build-tage. See you in a mo. Enjoy. So there it is, baby. There's a finished product, and I think you'll agree, it is RGB-tastic. Really came together very nicely, but I was kind of expecting it to look nice. We picked some really good parts for this, so it is really a super luxury build, a real showpiece to complete your posh gaming setup, because this is quite an expensive computer, but of course it's absolutely baller. It's going to be giving you that performance that you want from such high-end components. One of the things you'll see in some of the B-roll and indeed the photographs of this is that the fans look like the LEDs are quite sort of separate, if you like, so they look like you can see the individual LEDs quite a lot. This is mainly an artifact of the camera itself. and actually in real life they do diffuse pretty well. Not perfectly. There are other fans that diffuse a little bit better than these, but it doesn't look anything quite as like blocky as it does in the footage that you're seeing on screen. So just bear that in mind when you're passing judgment on it. But yeah, I mean, looks cool with those Strimer cables, doesn't it? It really is that sort of extra bit of RGB that sets it off. A really nice build all in. So let's get into some of the testing we're going to do. So we've got a few games we're going to be playing today, just to put it through its paces, and of course we've got a regular sort of suite of benchmarks that we like to use. So without further ado, let's roll those, and you can enjoy some lovely live gameplay.
Alright, let's hype it up, let's go. Let's hype it up, let's go. Right, let's check out settings. So let's start medium draw distance. Get out of here. Right, let's put this on epic draw distance, baby. 1080p. Oh! Oh, he mad. You best know he's mad. Oh! Get out of here! Oh, what? What? No! You don't get a parachute! That's a fun way to play, ladies and gentlemen. That's fun. Get out of here! Get him out of here! Oh shit! Get me out of here! Get him out of here! Get them all out of here! Get out of here! Get him out of here! What was he doing? just building. Oh my god. Well. I'm the kill leader. Oh, that's embarrassing. No, so close to the team wipe. I just needed that extended mag, dude. Get out of here. Such an idiot. I hate how people play this game, man. Oh, just this game, man. So there's your gameplay. High octane, high quality gameplay from yours truly. No, I'm not a high level gamer by any means, but you know, it's all about having fun. It's all about having a laugh, isn't it? Nice, fun gaming PC to play on. Nice performance, as you'd expect from such high-end parts. They're going to work really nicely together, aren't they? Temperatures on the new Ryzens, anything Ryzen 7 5800X and up, does run a little bit toasty. Even with a nice chunky cooler like this on it, it is still, you know, it's not awful. I mean, in games it's not going very high at all, but it's quite high in the old stress test. So stress test, I think it will flash up on screen in a bit. It was around 86 degrees max, which isn't the worst I've ever seen, but maybe from a 360mm you might be expecting a little bit more cooling. I think it just goes to show, you know, you do need that nice cooling for the Ryzen 9 parts. For the Ryzen 5s, you can just use a stock cooler, it's going to work just fine, but once you start getting those higher end ones, it is nice to put a decent cooler on them. Yeah, great performance, great looks. Build process in this one, the Lian-Li 11 dynamic always just takes way longer than using any other case, and that's because you end up putting shed loads of RGB stuff in it, because that's the point of the case, is to show it off, isn't it? So with Corsair especially, oh my god, it's Cable City with all their RGB fans, because each one's got 2 cables coming off it, and you've got to put it into a Commander Pro, and then you've got to hook that Commander Pro up to a USB slot, but we've got 9 fans, so you couldn't put all those in the Commander Pro, so you had to use a Lightning Node core. You connect the Lightning Node core up with the NZXT internal hub. Oh my gosh, it's just so many freaking cables back there, it's unreal. And with Corsair hubs, one of the best practices is to use a dedicated SATA lead for every single part that's powered by SATA from Corsair stuff. Because if they share a SATA lead, sometimes it doesn't like it very much and you get artifacts. So there's a lot of cabling around the back. And of course, using the new RTX 3080s with the 3 8-pins to power them, I don't like daisy chaining. So I would have 3 power supply PCIe cables coming out. It becomes very, very thick with cable mess behind there, but we managed to get it all in, and that plate with the where you can store the 2.5-inch drives just come in quite clutch for sort of holding those all in quite nicely. Gives it a little bit of extra structural rigidity as well. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, these cases always take longer to build in because of what you're putting in there. The cooler assembly was okay. I'm not a huge fan of the liquid coolers that hook over the AM4 mounting hardware. I prefer them to have their own back plates, just because I feel like the fit is a bit more even, because you usually got 4 points of contact instead of 2. It's less likely to slip off those hooks on the posts. I think it's just better to have a back plate, but I can see why they don't do it, because it's money saving, isn't it? It makes sense. I liked the fact that the cooler comes with a Commander Pro, because it's nice to be able to control your fans using the graphics card temperature rather than the CPU temperature, which is nice because typically you know, you want to feed a bit of nice cool air to the graphics card, because the graphics card tends to be the thing you want to keep the coolest in a gaming scenario, not for creation but for a gaming scenario. So it's nice that you can do that. So I had 6 of the fans, the ones that aren't on the radiator, all hooked up to the Commander Pro, so they'd all feed off the graphics card temperature, and then I have the 3 that are on the radiator hooked up to the motherboard so they can go for CPU sort of control, if you like. So if the CPU gets hotter, the fans go faster. I think that worked out quite nicely in this case as well. So yeah, I mean, what can I say? Pain in the arse to build because there's just so many freaking cables, but an excellent result, and that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Put a bit of work in and you can get something special out, and this is really a special build because it is very, very luxury indeed. Some of the pitfalls we found with this, of course, we already talked about the cabling. The other thing is these new video cards, they're getting quite thick. They stick out towards the glass quite a lot, and we did struggle. Not struggle, it was just a little bit more tight than usual getting that Strimer cable in there, because the Strimer cable is, of course, a little bit thicker than a standard cable sleeved extension, so it made just getting that big pane of glass on just a little bit tougher, but it went on fine. But I guess that's just a combination of the Strimer being thicker and, of course, the video cards being thicker as well to dissipate all the heat. But yeah, pretty sweet. Of course, we had to use 2 RGB ecosystems. That's another drawback, because the Strimer cables, you can't control them in IQ. You might be able to if you use an Asus motherboard. Sometimes Asus motherboards can sync with IQ, but it's okay. We just use Polychrome sync as well as IQ. The thing with Polychrome, though, is don't run it at the same time as IQ, because it will try and control the RAM, and then they sort of butt heads, and then you get no RGB control on your RAM, then it freezes. So what you need to do with Polychrome is sort of set it up once, apply it, and then restart the computer. Make sure it's not going to run on startup as well, because it will just clash with IQ. So that is one of the annoying things about this is having to mix up the ecosystems and having them clash. But hey, you know, there's always a trade-off in life. There's always a trade-off in life. You can't have it all. But this is pretty dang close. So I've been Concept Soup. I'm going to sign out now. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah, leave a comment. I'd love to hear your comments. We like to have a little chilly chat. Bye-bye.